We're good.
Welcome back to the Contributor Corner for Run Radio. Billie Wiegand with Mountain Pine Studios. If you've got a camera, Billie probably has an answer for you on how to use it to its most potential and how you can make that camera work for you. What do you have for us today about video, photos, all of it when it comes to our business?
So I feel like this is a pretty big topic to discuss, but why is it even important to have like these visual media resources for business owners or for people just in general? One of my favorite type of sessions to do is branding. And the reason why, it's because it incorporates everything about your business. It's not just a headshot and walk away. It has more meaning to it. With small business owners, people may not understand what you do as a service or a product or whatever it may be. So having visual resources that clients, audience members can see is super important. Like we were talking about with websites. It's good to have your face on a website or on social media, just so audience can say, okay, I can talk to Trina about Run Radio. But they may not understand what the whole Run Radio aspect looks like. They may not understand of the podcast, of the artists that are here. So if they're wanting to do their own version of a branding session, it's going to be important to talk about what to expect with branding if you're doing it by yourself. First of all, with photos and videos, get as much as you can, because what you may think works in your head may not turn out the way you expected. I've had that happen before quite a few times, actually. And it's okay. What may work in that moment may not work long term, because it may not be a concept that your audience may understand. So having those photos and videos are going to be super important, carrying your voice as well as your business voice, because once you hit that 1, 2, 3 year mark as a business owner, people are going to know it's your business. And it's an ugly stepchild that, it's its own being, its own entity. And that takes time. It takes a lot of work to get it to there, but photos at least show that progression and that transformation from day 1 to day 380 something. I mean, I like going back at my old photos and being like, oh my goodness, I did that. And then seeing my latest, and I'm like, man, that growth is just incredible. And I like to share that with people. And I feel like the people who know me personally like to see that growth. It's great to have someone come along and be like, oh, wow, you actually do really good work. And I'm like, yes, I do. But let me show you where day 1 was versus day now. So keep taking photos, keep taking videos. That's the biggest advice I can give on this segment for entrepreneurs, for artists. Just keep going and keep feeding the stepchild, because it's going to turn into something amazing and incredible that you can be proud of when you look back to day 1.
When you mentioned personal branding and getting the variety of shots to use for yourself, but also the headshot, how often should people change those? Because I think a lot of times we'll get that shot and we're like, I love it. And then we kind of forget that, time has passed. We got to update those.
On the professional side, 3 to 5 years for males, 1 to 3 for women. But honestly, I say less. Well, think about women. Our hair changes.
I know.
I mean, I get my hair cut once a year and I keep it at this length. But 2 years ago, my hair was down past my back. I'm obviously have to keep up with headshots. And also depends on what field you're in. One of the services we have is for actors. They need a headshot pretty much every 3 weeks, in all honesty, just to send something with their video or what they're sending to casting directors and agents. They need them more often than others. And there's other specific fields out there too, where they need more often. Just professionally speaking, 3 to 5 years for males, 1 to 3 for women.
Excellent. All right. Get more knowledge and learn about all of our contributors anytime at runradio.net. Thanks, Billie.